Step back in time to the age of elegance, strict manners, and wonderful stories. Discover the Victorian era when literature came alive with the drama, romance, and the real life struggles. Meet the writers who changed the world with their words, Charles Dickens and Bronte Sisters, and more. Ready to explore a time when every page told a deep story? Let's uncover the beauty and meaning behind Victorian English literature. Stay with us. Introduction to the Victorian Era. The Victorian Era is the time in British history when Queen Victoria ruled. She was queen from 1837 to 1901. This period was a time of big changes in England. There were many new inventions, industries, and ways of thinking. Many people moved to cities to work in factories. The rich became richer, but many poor people had hard lives. Because of all this change, writers had a lot to say. They used stories, poems, and novels to talk about life, society, and feelings. This time is one of the most important in English literature. Number one, life in Victorian era. During this time, many people lived in cities like London. The cities were full of factories and smoke. Rich families had big houses and servants. Poor families lived in small rooms, worked long hours, and had little money. Education became better and more people learned how to read. This helped literature grow. Writers could now reach a bigger audience. Many books were sold in forts like magazines, so even poor people could afford them. Number two, important themes in Victorian literature. Victorian writers talked about many big topics. Here are some of the main themes: social class and poverty. Many stories showed the gap between the rich and poor. Writers wanted to show the truth about hard lives and make people care. Morality and religion. Victorian people cared a lot about right and wrong. Books often had lessons about being good, honest, and kind. Women's role in society. Women had few rights. Writers talked about how women felt and what they wanted from life. Some strong female characters were created during this time. Industrialization. The Industrial Revolution changed everything. Writers showed how machines, factories, and cities affected people's lives, sometimes in bad ways. Love and marriage. Romantic love was a popular topic, but many stories also showed the problems in marriage and relationships. Number three, famous Victorian writers and their works. Let's look at some of the most famous writers from this period and what they wrote about. Charles Dickens. He is one of the best known Victorian writers. His stories often talk about poor people, orphans, and life in big cities. His famous works: Oliver Twist, a young orphan boy tries to survive in London. A Christmas Carol, a selfish man, Scrooge learns to be kind. Great Expectations, a poor boy named Pip dreams of becoming a gentleman. Dickens wanted people to see the truth about poverty and help make the world better. Charlotte Bronte, she wrote about strong women and deep emotions. Her famous work is Jane Eyre. A girl grows up in a hard life but becomes strong. independent woman. She wants love but also freedom. This book was special because it showed how women felt and thought. Emily Bronte, she is Charlotte's sister. She wrote only one novel, but it became very famous. Her famous work is Wuthering Heights, a dark love story full of anger, sadness, and strong feelings. This book shows the wild side of love and life. Elizabeth Barrett Browning, she was a famous poet. She wrote about love, freedom, and women's rights. Her famous work is Sonnets from the Portuguese, a collection of love poems to her husband. Her poems were full of deep feelings and showed how women also have strong voices. Alfred Lord Tennyson, he was the main poet of the time and wrote about bravery, loss, and hope. His famous work is The Change of the Light Bridge, a poem about soldiers who went into battle even though they knew they might die. Tennyson's poems inspired people and made them feel proud of their country. Thomas Hardy, he wrote novels about country life and how people suffer from fate and bad luck. His famous works, Tales of the Overwhelms. A poor girl is treated badly by society. Far from the madding crowd, a love story with strong female characters. Hardy's books often have sad endings and show that life can be unfair. Number 4. The role of women in literature. In the Victorian era, women could not vote or work many jobs. Most had to marry to have a good life. But in books, female writers and characters became powerful. Charlotte and Emily Bronte used male fan names at first because people didn't take women writers seriously. These writers opened doors for fortune and future women authors. Their stories showed that women could think, dream, and choose their own lives. Number 5. Realism and imagination. Victorian literature often mixed real life problems with imagination. Some books were very realistic, like Dickens' stories about poor people. Others had mystery ghosts and strong emotions, like Wuthering Heights. Writers believed stories should teach lessons but also entertain. They wanted readers to think and feel. Number 6. Literature for children. This was also the time when books for children became popular. Writers started to see children as special readers. They created magical stories and fun adventures. Some famous work: Alice's Adventures in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll. A girl falls into a strange world and meets talking animals and silly characters. These books help children enjoy reading and use their imagination. Why Victorian literature still matters. Even today, Victorian literature is loved around the world. These stories show us how people lived, thought, and felt during a time of big change. The writers of this era give voices to the poor, to women, and to everyday struggles. Reading these works helps us understand history, human emotions, and the power of words. The lessons they teach about kindness, love, and fairness are still important today.